Grim.roach Nation, what is up? Today is a big day. We're gonna start my giant painting that I'm about to start. The biggest painting I've ever done, biggest canvas I've ever painted on. It's 24 by 36. Whose dad died and they just put this shit in the Goodwill? Like, if you haven't seen my videos before, I make stop motion, and this painting is from my stop motion world. I just wanted to take a break from making my paper stop motion and do a painting. And there's timestamps at the bottom if you want to skip anything. I just talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I do a little bit of painting and I do a little bit of that. This is my little breakfast I eat every morning. It's very healthy. A little scrambled egg. I cook some onion slices and garlic on a pan. I cut up some olives. I cut up some tomatoes. Cut up some lettuce, corn, and voila. And hot sauce. It's like kava. Have y'all ever had kava? And this is my pea. I do drink pea because, you know, they say there's benefits to it. I'm just kidding. It's my gamer subs. Kissy Kissy Passion. It's energy. Energy drink. Natural. B12. I think. I don't know. This is what I'm painting on the big canvas. This is just a really rough sketch. Moon. City. Some clouds. A bird with a worm in its mouth. Big, you know, landscape painting of my world, and we're doing it in acrylic, which I'm kind of scared. I used to paint with acrylic all the time. Like, that was my main weapon. Acrylic was my main. There's acrylic paintings all over my room, actually. And then I moved over to watercolor, and I realized I like doing watercolor because I never did like doing watercolor. I ended up liking watercolor a lot because I could, like, I don't know, I just like the watercolor. Acrylic also takes more time for me. I feel like it takes longer. You know, all paint takes layers, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to do a lot of layers. It kind of takes a while. I feel like it takes me longer for it to look good. Like, watercolor, of course, the first layer doesn't look good. Acrylic, to me, it's like, I need a lot of patience. And I used to have a lot of patience back then. I would just use acrylic. But I swear it takes like 10 layers until it looks good to me. Whatever. I still love acrylic. I hold it deeply in my heart. So I'm excited to use it again. There's going to be a lot of struggle in this video. I already know. I get very angry when I paint with acrylic. I don't know what it is. Something about acrylic. It's like, I have a new painting shirt I got so I can make it messy. Because every time I paint, I stain all my clothes. That's the thing about watercolor. Watercolor does not stain. It's literally water. It's just liquid. When it gets on you, it's literally just getting water on you, basically. That's what I like about watercolor, too. I want to go back to acrylic, bro. I feel lame for switching to watercolor. In my head, watercolor's girly. I don't know why. I don't know what that means. Watercolor's just girly. Do you know what I mean? And acrylic is like... And then oil's like... This is watercolor. This is acrylic. And this is oil. And this is charcoal users. That's how I see charcoal. This is digital artist. Yeah, that's digital artist. If y'all agree, let me know. Did that make sense? Artist, y'all know what I'm talking about. But I'm excited to use it again. I'm gonna sell it for $1 bajillion gajillion dollars. No, but I'm gonna sell it for a lot, hopefully. I'm trying to get a bunch of these paintings. I have 3 of these big canvases. I'm trying to get a bunch of these finished so I can post them and also do markets and like art booths and take them there and stuff like that. And then hopefully I can scan them and turn them into prints if people want that. I have no idea how to scan something this big. I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. Because I go to this post office and they scan like my prints that I have right now on my website. The original paintings are like this big. So they just put in their little scanner. These? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But it's okay. We're gonna make it shake. So in the last video I showed you all the stuff I got for it. This big brush. Never used a brush this big. There was one this big for $70. Oh my god. Hold on. Y'all know I started, or I don't know. Y'all don't know. No one knows. No one knows me. I started a movie collection. A DVD collection. I made a video. I found the last 3 of the Star Wars on DVD at this antique mall. I was like, yo. Found this golden edition box set of the first 3 for $3. Unopened. It was unopened. It was literally unopened. Bonus material. I love the covers for these. Like, I cannot believe I found this. And it was tucked behind a bunch of vinyls. I wouldn't have seen it if I didn't move the vinyls. The disc is sick. That's painted. So cool. And then they have the little menu cards and they have little paintings on it. So cute. I really can't believe it was $3 and someone just put that in there unopened. Unopened. Whose dad died and they just put this shit in the Goodwill? Like, ugh. Y'all fucked up. I'm so grateful. Oh, there's also these Heelys at the thrift. Creeper Heelys. I'll put the picture right here. They didn't fit me, so I set them down. I walked away for a minute, and my sister was like, oh, they'll fit me. I go back, this emo bitch took them. This emo girl who looked just like me took them. I haven't stopped thinking about them since. Like, I know I couldn't have worn them, but at least my sister could have worn them, and I could have lived through her with them. They were so cool. I want them. So, here we are. Paper towel. What's this called? Palette. Color wheel. Color theory. We don't follow that. I just have this here. I'm gonna start with the sky. So I got a bunch of purples that I already had and stuff like that. I want it to be a purpley bluish type of vibe, you know what I mean? So we're gonna start with the sky. Okay, so I was writing about maintaining clarity as an artist and basically just like, you know, being an artist or being a person in general, there's just like a lot of for me personally, so many thoughts in my head, right, all the time, 24/7, especially as an artist. Like, I just have so many things that I need to do, want to do, so many ideas, so much inspiration, I guess. And you know, inspiration is a double-sided coin. Inspiration is amazing. I can always create. It's also very painful. There's so much in my head all the time. Like I wake up in the morning, immediately foggy head, like I'm just thinking about everything in the whole entire world. Brushing my teeth, I'm like, hurry up, finish brushing your teeth so you can do this, and then my breakfast, and I'm like, eat the breakfast so you can do this now, and then you can do the, and like I'm constantly, we're like, everyone does that. We're all constantly living not in the moment, obviously, like thinking about what I need to do next. I don't have enough time in the day to be able to do this. I need to hurry up all these things that don't matter. Brushing your teeth faster just so you can get this project done. You're actually not getting anything done any faster. You know what I mean? Whenever you actually have a clear mind, like clarity is like being coherent, you know, being actually seeing what's there, you know. We live in like our ego so much all the time, We're constantly listening to our ego, and it can really ruin the creative process, you know? Because when you have all these thoughts in your head, you're never relaxing, right? Like, you're never actually calming down or, like, relaxing. And even when I'm doing art, right? Like, I'm like, there's so many thoughts in my head, right? I'm like, there's so many thoughts in my head that it's like draining, you know, like mentally draining. And what people do these days, I feel like it's like we like to relax, right? Oh, it's our day off. What are we gonna do? Watch a movie, or like I'm gonna binge a show, or I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna doom scroll on my phone, and like that's what we call relaxing now, or like, but really we're just numbing our mind. That's really what's happening. Like, we're just being mindless, and like we never truly relax, or me. Like, there's a lot of times where I'm never like I'm not truly relaxing because I'm still thinking about so much that I need to do, want to do, haven't done, wish I could do, wish I could feel, wish I could get there. You know, like, all that stuff drains you still. And like, if I'm thinking about that the second I wake up, I'm thinking about that when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm eating, when I'm hanging out with someone, when I'm all the time. And it can just really, it can make you pretty unproductive. Like, you're getting so drained so quickly. Getting so drained just from like thinking. Maintaining like a clarity can really help you recharge. And to do that, first of all, I read. Reading is really beneficial because it's not like sitting down and watching a movie, right? It's not sitting down and watching or doom scrolling. You're like forced to dive into your imagination. Like, you're separating yourself from the world and your thoughts, and you're forced to use your imagination to live in this world that this other artist is creating for you. And like, you take your awareness back from the world, is how I heard someone describe it once. Like, the world and society and the government and literally everything, like, they all know how important being aware is, and like actually aware, you know what I mean? Like, when you're actually aware and mindful, you know, like, you feel it. Like, I felt for like 3 months I was like really like mindful, I guess I would call it. Like, I was so in tune with like everything, like me. Like, I was so clear-minded. Everything was so like, nothing bothered me, nothing. Like, I just felt, it was crazy. I was just so like living in the present moment and like actually being aware. Like, so when you read a book, it's taking your awareness back that society tries to take from you so bad, you know? Like, they want you to watch the news and freak out and take your awareness and, oh, look over here, look over here, look over here. And like, reading can really help you reclaim your awareness. So yeah, reading in the morning, every morning. Alright, so it's a few days later. As you can see, I did mess up by doing the sky blue and the moon blue. You know, I've done that before. I just didn't do it too right. Like, they are different tones of blue. They're just getting a little too close. So I think what I'm gonna do is add red and black to the sky to make it more of a deep, dark purple. Yeah, that was day one. I got the moon in the sky done. I have been busy. It's like 3 days later. I had to do taxes yesterday. It's okay, I got a little bit of money back. Yeah, I've just been busy or whatever. You know what? Actually painting with acrylic is not making me as mad as I thought, because usually I paint small little canvases, right? And I feel like when I do that, I try to like I just expect myself to finish it like that. You know what I mean? Like, I draw and make drawings and watercolor paintings that are like this big, and like I can finish that in a few days. So when the canvas is this big and I'm using acrylic, I'm like, oh, I could do that really quick. And then I end up like stressing myself out because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to finish it today. But the canvas being bigger is actually like in my head, I already know it's going to take a long time. So it's not really bothering me when I don't get a lot done. So it's making me space out my like working time with it, you know what I mean? And I like it. So it's just been sitting there for the past 3 days, eyeing me down. So we're gonna add some red and black. So yeah, we're gonna fix the sky. Maybe I should have looked at the color wheel. We got some red, some blue, Daylo blue, some purple, some mauve pale, some black. And don't listen to your art teachers when they say don't use black. What they mean to say is don't use black to make colors darker, period. If you're trying to make a color dark, for example, we want to make this blue sky darker, you add red, you add purples, you add browns. You just add more colors to get a different... Because when dark colors aren't black, you know what I mean? There's no like black shadows. It's usually just like a hue of like blue or whatever the color of the wall is, plus blue. But you can use a little sprinkle of black. That's okay. That's okay to do. Honestly, you see how dark that got? I didn't even have to add black. So we might not even add black. Maybe on the border, like on the edges of the sky. Let's see. It's very dark. But, okay, so as you can see, it's actually looking great. Look at this. Hold on. When I bring this darker up, it's really gonna, set the difference between the moon and the sky. The only thing is, I really do love the textures I did with all this blue, but it's okay. We can add more textures, just darker version. Actually, I planned all of this, actually. This actually wasn't a mistake. This blue that's too close to the moon blue was actually just a back layer. I'll go down with this ship. I won't throw my hands up. Alright, very valuable stuff we got here. And I'm gonna throw it right on back to you. And time slows down when you read. I was reading Dune. I couldn't get locked into it. I'm very specific with who I like to read when it comes to like fiction. Like Stephen King, Dean Koontz, my favorite authors. Like just the way they write is so good. Yeah, so like Dune, like I really like Dune. I like the concept and everything. If Stephen King wrote it, I'd be all in that. There's so much world building. But right now I'm reading Insomnia by Stephen King. I think I read this when I was like in middle school. I stole it from the library actually. I don't remember much about it. So I just restarted it. It's super good. I love Stephen King. He writes he'll literally spend chapters talking about nothing. And it's so good. He is so detailed. He'll literally for a chapter, or pages long, talking about walking down a sidewalk. I'm like, bro, I love this shit. It's so good. He's so good. He gets in such a flow state. I have the feeling Stephen King writes I wish I could write like that. It feels like he just gets in the flow state. He doesn't plan anything. But I don't know. I have no idea. Also, writing. So I have a writing every morning. I have I do my morning pages every morning. I have a little journal. It's actually almost filled up all the way. I started it in December and it's now April. So 5 months ago. I write basically the same-ish stuff every day. What I want to do. What I want to feel, how I feel in the moment. Yeah, that's basically all. I just really set my intentions for the day. Every single day, I don't miss a day. I haven't missed in the 5 months a day of writing my morning pages. I do 3 every day. yeah, and even when I don't know what to write or want to write, or like I'm tired of it, I just force myself to keep doing it. And it really just makes you like very in tune with like what you want. Kind of set it already for the day, because it's easy to like we live in our ego, right? So it's like it's easy for our brains to be like, oh, you can't do that, or you're not gonna be able to do this, you're not gonna be able to do that, or like, what's the point in even doing that, or this and that and this and that. So like I find it really helpful when I wake up in the morning to just already set my ego straight, you know what I mean, like very strictly in the morning every single day, because it's like gaslighting. You kind of just gaslight yourself, and it works. Sometimes it doesn't, but for the most part it does work. And my brain is like very focused and set on what I want, and I'm not going throughout my day stressing about it and like overthinking it, because I started my day telling me that I can do it, and I can do this, and I can, and I do feel this, and I do feel happy, and I do feel content, and I do feel productive, and I do feel motivated, and I do feel, you know. So yeah, that really helps. And then also, what else? Oh, silence. Oh, this should have been the first one. Silence as an artist and as a human and as a, you know, I'm a human. We're already really dramatic, right? Emotional. On top of that, I'm an artist. So I'm set up for failure. You know what I mean? Like, it's over in the emotional department. Like, it's done for. It's chaotic in there. Silence is like the one thing that has like saved my life, saved everything. My mental illness, like it's I feel like I really think it's the key to everything. Life, like I feel like it answers everything, because like when you're in silence, right, the thoughts can get loud, and like the society we live in has really convinced us that like when your thoughts are loud, you gotta go fill it with something else. Like, let's go watch a show, let's go doom scroll, let's go smoke, let's go drink, let's go see people, let's go constantly fill it. And all these things on their own is fine, you know what I mean? But it's the way that it's not normalized to sit in silence in our culture, I feel like, is what makes these things bad. You know what I mean? Or not bad, but like if you're not having silence in your day with these things, then I feel, you know what I mean, they'll have negative impacts. Cuz like when you sit in silence long enough, and this can be meditation, this can be just like stop filling the silence with noise, like just listen to it. Those chaotic thoughts that you have actually get quieter over time when you start to just see them. Like, I mean, I do it too. Like, when I have a lot of thoughts, right, I want to listen to music, and just, it helps me not think about the thoughts. It just pushes it out. And I'll still be thinking about the thoughts, but whatever. But if you practice instead sitting with the thoughts in silence and just watching the thoughts, you know, don't let it consume you, obviously. Don't let it, time skip. I started doing the buildings, and I got locked in, but then I got, stressed, because I was like, it wasn't looking good. It wasn't looking good for a second, and was like, oh my god. I was like, no. And I didn't want to turn the camera on, and I just got stressed that I was gonna mess everything up. But then after a few layers, it started to look better. Time is key. Patience. Grasshopper. Stop identifying with the thoughts, you know? Let them flow, let them sit there, and then once you practice just sitting there with them for so long, you start to realize that it's like, this is how, I have a quote actually about this. It's about meditation, because basically meditation is what I'm talking about, but I also think like silence in general is just good. Like, you don't have to sit there and like obviously I do that too, but there's also other ways you can sit in silence. Like when you're doing art, like maybe don't have something playing in the background, or like that's like what I do. Like in this painting that I'm doing right now, like I have nothing playing in the background. I'm just in flow state. Sometimes I do, you know, I'll put on a podcast, but for the most part, silence is so important. And I read this in a book. It said, throw a pebble into a pond, and truth is when the ripples settle. You can't force the water ripples to stop. Throwing more pebbles makes more ripples. Stop adding more pebbles. And yeah, so like those ripples are kind of, the ripples in the water are kind of like your thoughts that's going on in your head, bouncing all around your head. You identifying with these things, right? Like, in like personalizing these things that you're thinking, and like taking it so serious, having an emotional reaction to what you're thinking and this and that, and really just thinking that all these thoughts you're having are valid and like this and that, like that is what it just causes more ripples, right? The water, it is just so many, you're throwing pebbles and pebbles into the water, and there's just more and more ripples. And but there's a moment where you stop throwing pebbles and you watch the ripples, and sometimes it takes a long time, but when the water settles, you literally see something in it, and it's so still, and the answers are there. Like in the clarity, there's an answer there, and I can't explain that. I mean, the answer is like this answer that I'm talking about, this truth. There's a clarity, there's a truth when the water settles, when it gets still. There's something there. There's something inside you, and it's your spirit, right? And you don't have to be a spiritual person to believe this. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to be anything. But I feel like everyone needs to know that you have that thing in you, and it's so covered over all these thoughts and unclear fog throughout the day, you know what I mean? But there is something in you, and it comes out in the silence. And you know, you need to practice silence. It's not easy to not throw pebbles in the water, you know? It's we were taught all our lives to throw pebbles in the water and stare at the ripples, and like those ripples are you. That thought is you. That feeling you're feeling is you, and it's always been you. And it, like, you know what I mean? Like, and you're this way, and you're always gonna be this way. And your ego and these ripples in your mind and the water moving and everything happening, it's just it isn't you. And once you realize that you are literally separate of it, and you're looking at this body of water, and you're not in it, you're not drowning in it, you're not trying to reach the surface anymore, there's such a deep clarity inside that really just answers all your questions and all your, you know, and it really... Oh, you look so cute! Oh, you look so cute! It's very helpful as an artist to have that thing in you, because it makes everything so much easier. It makes creating so much easier. It makes living so much easier. It's just, all the answers are there. It's all inside you. And you know, it's so cliche. Everyone always says this, like, oh, like, the answers are within you. Your purpose is in you. This and that. But like, it hits so much deeper when you actually know and you actually experience it. It's really the universe inside of you. I heard this quote before, it made me cry once. We are the song that the universe hums to itself. And that shit is so real. Like, when you finally sit in that silence and you get down under your ego and you get out of those chaotic thoughts, there's a song, there's a melody under there, you know? And it's like everything feels perfect, finally. But yeah, it's really just silence, like, and all thoughts stop. Or not even like they stop, you know what I mean? Like, in meditation or like sitting in silence, like, I'll still have thoughts, but they don't bother me as much, you know? It's not like this thing where it's like I'm watching it now. I'm not taking it in, you know what I mean? And being like, why did I just think that? I always think that. Oh my god, why am I doing that? Oh my god, of course I did that. Or, oh, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so silence. And nature and silence really go hand in hand, because I think going outside really helps for the clarity aspect of all of this, you know? It's like the most natural form of silence. When you go outside, it really forces you to be like in unity with the world. You know, like step outside of yourself, because we're so consumed about everything. Like, oh, it's selfish. Like, we're selfish. Like, anxiety is selfish. Depression is selfish. Like, obviously it sounds bad saying it like that, but it really is. Like, we're really self-identifying with these things that we have. And I get, like, you know, those things are disorders. Like, there are chemical imbalances and stuff like that. But for me, I'm talking about for me, it's a very, like, selfish thing to do. Like, selfish isn't the right word, but it's very, like, you're over-identifying with, like, you as a person and, like, the world. You know what I mean? And going outside in nature really forces you to be in unity with the world. So, like, I'll go on walks every morning, or I'll try to, and, you know, like, I'm, like, looking at a bunch of these trees who just, they live and they create air for me to breathe, right? And they don't care, you know what I mean? Humans have literally, like, built so much pollution in this world and stuff like that, and we've chopped trees down to make stupid shit everywhere, and the trees still continue to let us breathe. Like, they still do their job. They don't care about what's done to them. They don't care, you know? And nature, it's not just trees singular. Like, nature continues to let us live. Nature continues to let us, no matter what we've done, it's always here for us. Like, there's always something, you know, like that feeling you get when you're outside, or when you see something very beautiful, or when you're just in nature. Like, that feeling is like the universe just, like, being there for you always. It's always there for you, and it always has been. Our ancestors lived in it, and that feeling is that same feeling that I talked about when, like, you're in silence, like that answer, that spirit. It's also outside and forcing yourself to be in unity with everything, because, like, nature is so unified. It's the birds and the trees. The birds live in the tree, and then the worms get eaten by the birds, and, like, the just everything, and it's all around us. And it's just such a natural way to just step out of yourself and be mindful, not mindless, you know? Like doom scrolling, you're mindless. Yeah, you're not thinking about these things, but you're not being mindful, and you're messing up your dopamine levels too. Like, you're just scrolling and seeing something funny, seeing something happy, seeing something sad, seeing something angry, seeing something funny again. The whiplash of that is, like, just so bad for your dopamine. And going outside, it's like you get instant gratification from, like, what you're looking at and feeling and stuff, right? And, like, the fresh air and, like, how you feel. But then you're also, like, walking, and you're moving your body, and you're getting you're being rewarded for actually putting in an input, you know? But yeah, nature, it's really good for clarity. I also feel like when you're in a room, like, I mean, I paint a lot in my room. I do a lot of stop motion in my room, a lot of art. I love being in my room. But there is like an energy aspect to, like, the four walls around you. Like, you can really feel, like, stuck. Like, all my thoughts are, like, not only bouncing around inside my head, but they're also bouncing around the walls around me, and literally, like, I feel like I'm in this energy. So, like, going outside, it's like that energy can just be put out into the universe, and just better energy can come to me. Silence, reading, writing, nature, and exercise is really good too for clarity. And, like, exercise, whether it's, like, walking, running, lifting weights, I do all of that, and it's just very good for clarity. But yeah, all these things really help me maintain clarity, because, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, my brain is not clear all the time, not the most in tune with my emotions. I am a lot now, compared to last year. But yeah, it comes and goes. Like, there'll be, like, a week, right, where I'm just, like, no, I'm out of it. I'm not, like, a lot of thoughts in my head, and those thoughts it's all like a ripple effect. Those thoughts create the way that I act, like the way that I'm treating people, the way that I'm talking to people, the way that I'm seeing people and everything, like the way that I see myself. And when you practice the silence thing and meditation and everything, those things Like, it used to feel so out of my control, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, why did I just act that way to that person? Like, well, that was crazy. Or, like, why did I think that? It would just be like, oh my god, like, I'm so out of control with how I'm acting. It's crazy. Like, this is just who I am. But now it's more like, I can see it when it's happening. It's like I'm watching my ego, like, act a certain way. And it's so easy to be like, that's why I'm acting that way, because of this. Part of me is so, like, aware now about, like, what is actually me. And it's so funny. It's kind of like playing a video game. And you're a character. And, like, you're aware that you're not that character in the game, obviously. That sounds a little scary. That sounds a little, like, dissociated, but it's not. Trust me. It's really helpful to utilize it and not take your mind so seriously. Because it's not. Your ego doesn't know anything. Anywho, now that I'm done yapping, I just finished some of the buildings, you know. This was a week's worth of painting. I did the moon. I did the buildings, I did the sky, I did most of the details in the buildings. So next week, hopefully, I can get the trees done. I can get mostly everything done. I was really scared about the buildings. They were really stressing me out for a second. I haven't painted with acrylics in a long time, so I was just stressed out about how to make it look good, and it's just so... Anywho, go follow me on the Instagram. I post a lot of my stop motion stuff that I'm doing, a lot of my progress, a lot of the commissions that I'm doing too. Post on my story, you know. I answer every single DM and comment. Follow my TikTok. Get that one up. TikTok's annoying. Follow my OnlyFans. Oh, art prints on my website. There's 4 different kinds. All of them are 8x10, only $20. One of them come with a sticker. That was my girlfriend's vacuum that I really don't like. It's so loud for no reason. Like, why was it that loud? Like, why does it sound like a spaceship taking off? Like, what's happening? I hate it. It makes me so anxious. Anyways, go get a print. This video was long. If you made it to here, comment down below, peach emoji. I'm trying to post every Sunday or Monday. It's Sunday today, so let's see if I can get it posted today. Like this video, comment, and don't forget your dream.